glad to be back here with you. This is John with SoCal Outdoor Adventure. I hope you guys are doing well, as many of you guys are hopefully starting to get through this, safe and sound, and hopefully everybody's alright. For today's episode, we are checking out a brand new product by a company called Brew. I believe is how it's pronounced, if I'm not mistaken. But they call it the disc, and this particular product is designed for the AeroPress Go and the AeroPress Original. So we're going to check it out right here today. Stick around, we have a great show coming up for you. Alright guys, so today we are checking out this product that's called the disc by this company called Alter. I'm afraid I missaid it when I first pronounced it on the line, but this is called Alter. And no, I do not actually have it in the packaging. I've actually have it out of the package. I've been using this disc now for quite some time, but this is, whoops, my bad. But this is basically what the disc actually looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out here. All right, so this is it right here. This is what they call the disc, and the disc in question is designed for you guys to go ahead and brew coffee using the AeroPress Go and the AeroPress French press systems. And this sucker, this particular system is very, very light. Now, one of my concerns that I did have when I purchased this product, because I wasn't sure the size of the holes, of the drainage holes for the coffee to drain into. But as you can see though, the drainage holes for this thing is very, very small. So that means you're going to get a really nice brew. And if you're using super fine coffee, that definitely should not be a problem. And this thing is super, super light. I mean, I swear, I was actually pretty surprised as to how light this is. And if you're looking for an alternative from having to use the paper filters that come with the AeroPress or the AeroPress Go, this is definitely a great option, and it's inexpensive too. I mean, you can get this thing for less than $10 on Amazon. So what I'm going to go ahead and do before we start here is I'm going to go ahead and get the AeroPress Go and get some of the stuff out for my AeroPress Go here. I'm going to prep this guy and get this guy ready. And today I've drank a lot of coffee today, so today we're just going to go ahead and make a couple of Folgers. The classic decaf coffee, just so you guys can see how this baby works. And before we start, I'm going to go ahead and pull out one of the paper filters here for the AeroPress Go. Alright, so this is one of the papers for the AeroPress Go, and as you can see, it is very thin. And if you contrast it with the stainless steel filter, filter called the disc, as you can see, they're very much the same qualities, not so much the same quality, but they've got the same features. They're very thin, very skinny, super lightweight. And the one thing is too is that if you don't want to bring the paper filters with you, if you don't want to spend a little bit of time cleaning it, you can obviously take this with you. Now obviously the one con with the stainless steel disc in comparison to carrying a paper filter, the paper filters for the AeroPress Go, is that with the AeroPress Go paper filters, you can just toss these in a trash can, or if you have a fire going, you can put these on the fire pit and let them burn. This, on the other hand, you do have to remove the filter, but you still have to go ahead and clean the filter off, and then once you're done with it, it's reusable. But again, this is reusable, so that's a great thing about this particular product. And as you can see, this is a screen holder for the actual AeroPress. This is where your papers are going to go. So the paper is going to go into this slot. You take your disc, put that right in there, and it's ready to go. And then once you get, and then you're going to go ahead and set it into the press. And hopefully you guys can see that there. But as you can see, the stainless steel filter is actually inside the press now. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is wait for some coffee to go ahead and for some water to finish boiling in there, and then we'll make some coffee. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and pour. Actually, you know what? Before we go ahead and put coffee into the press with the filter inside, let me go ahead and give you the weight of the disc itself. So give me just a quick second here, and we'll go ahead and do that for you guys here. All right, my friends. So right now we've got the scale on. It's set for ounces. Let's put this on here. Not even 0.18 ounces. Not even 0.2 ounces. So it's very close to 0.2 ounces. So as you can see, it is a very lightweight, and it's actually kind of drops and goes down a little bit, but 0.18 ounces. That's not bad at all. So let's go ahead and turn the scale off. All right, perfect. Now let's get some coffee brewing, shall we? All right, so as you saw there, the disc itself is only 0.18 ounces, which isn't bad at all whatsoever. So let's go ahead and get this guy in our filter. So let's go and get this in here. So right there like that. And we got everything all nice and snug now. It sounds to me my water is just about boiled. We're going to go and pour the coffee in there. And let's see. There we go. Okay, so again, this coffee is by Folgers. This is decaf coffee. And as you can see, the grounds are pretty thin. So we're going to go ahead and pour about almost two spoonfuls of coffee into that, of grounds into that. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is give it a quick jiggle. Now the one thing you will notice right away as I do this, there are no coffee grounds whatsoever on my table, and there's also no coffee grounds whatsoever inside of the cup. So this thing is just as good as using the paper filters. So now the next thing we're going to go ahead and do, put our lid back on here. I'm going to go ahead and, the water is actually just about boiled. I'm going to go ahead and grab my creamer and a spoon, put some cream and sugar, and then we'll throw up some coffee. Alright, my friends, so the water's nice and boiled. Let's pour it in. Give it a bit of a stir here. Now hopefully you guys can see that in the camera angle here that I have set up right now. But the water is actually already starting to seep through the actual filter itself. While I'm here with you guys, here's a quick tip here for you. If you do want to make this, the AeroPress Go does make between 2 to 3 cups of coffee. So if you want to make coffee for both yourself and perhaps maybe another person, you want to make sure that you give it a decent stir, let it sit for a minute, and then allow the water to kind of soup down a little bit into the filter. That way it gives you a nice clean brew. So I'm going to give that about another minute or so. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and give it just a little bit more water. That's good. Let that come up to the top here a bit. Go ahead and put my pot back on the stove.